Hello, welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking about Race to Crashpoint Tower by Daniel Jose Older. Now, this book is part of the second wave of the High Republic books that have been coming out. This one and Rising Storm come roughly at the same time. The stories actually cross over with each other at certain points, so they are both happening concurrently. Two things that I will point out is that this book is aimed at a younger audience. It is a shorter book and it is an easy read. One of the cool things about it, though, is it's a smaller story. So rather than the grand scale where we're jumping in and out of different characters and different locations, this has a much smaller cast that we get to spend the entire time with. Speaking of cast, let's talk about the characters. Daniel Jose Older is also writing the High Republic Adventures line from IDW. Now, the two main characters that make a significant appearance in this book, both Zeen and Lula Talisola. However, they are not the main characters. We get introduced to a new Jedi, new type of Jedi. It's a Padawan, and his name is Ram Jamaram. And what's different about him is all he cares about is being a mechanic. He's not interested in going off on these big adventures and things like that. He's never wielded his lightsaber against another person at this point in time. What he loves to do is sit around and tinker. And his strength in the Force really stems from taking apart and understanding greater systems. Now, this makes him ideal for working with machinery because he can kind of feel the inner workings of how an engine or something like that works and see how all of the different pieces interconnect. But he kind of has that ability on a large scale as well. He just doesn't quite know it, hasn't quite developed it. I think he was a really interesting character because we get a reluctant hero. And that's one of the coolest things about the High Republic at this point in time is we are seeing great diversity in the mindsets of all the Jedi from this time period. The second wave of the High Republic really centers around the Republic Fair. Basically, it's the Republic's way to try and generate unity throughout the entire galaxy. And in this book, Ram uncovers pretty much the plot to take this down by the Nihil. So the very first day, he finds them messing with one of the communications towers. That's not a major spoiler. The entire, plot is centered around trying to let people know what's going on and taking care of these problems. Because he is stationed on this planet, he knows it better than all the Jedi that are going to be coming in. And he's just trying to fix things and keep people safe as best he can. Ram being so good with mechanics, he ends up being able to attach a speeder motor to his droid V-18, and then adventures ensue. They go around and they're just taking care of business, saving people, fighting the Nihil, and it's a really nice story. I mean, this is kind of the spiritual successor to A Test of Courage, where it is that smaller story where we're finding out about the Padawans and their journeys throughout these hard times. It's a really good read. Again, it's a short read, so if you aren't a big reader and you want to get into something that is not complicated, you're not going to remember a lot of names and things like that, this is definitely a good read. Also, if you don't have a lot of time, this is much shorter than the other books. I definitely enjoyed it. It's not my top, but I've been enjoying the High Republic and getting to know all of these new Jedi in this new time period. That's been a lot of fun for me. But I will go ahead and place this on my book tier list, and we'll see how it does. Who do I recommend this book to? Well, anyone that likes these young reader books, anyone who loves the High Republic, anyone who wants to see new and interesting types of Jedi. Anyone that has been enjoying reading the IDW run of Star Wars High Republic Adventures. It's a fun read. It really is. As far as where I'm going to place it, I'm going to place this as a high B tier, maybe low A tier. There's a lot that is just really good about this book, but there wasn't a ton that I loved. And I wasn't truly gripped until the end of the book, but the end of the book was really, really good. So I have mixed feelings about this here. I'm going to move it up to an A for now. And as I start adding more and more books to it, we'll see where it falls. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review of Race to Crashpoint Tower by Daniel Jose Older. It will be available everywhere starting June 29th, 2021. And yeah, please let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments. If you enjoy the content that I'm putting up, like, share, subscribe, and do all the things, because it really does help. And may the force be with you always.